All right, let's talk about that final piece of the puzzle, the one that turns a good decision into a game-winning play. We're diving deep into synchronization today. This is all about that last moment where all your hard work either pays off or it doesn't.
You've been there, right? I know I have. You see the opening, you know exactly what to do, you decide to take the shot, you commit to the swing, but something's off. The timing is just a fraction of a second too early or too late. You made the perfect decision, but you got the wrong result. It is one of the most frustrating things in sports. So what is going on there? Well, it all comes down to the final millisecond. In high-level sports, making the right choice is only half the battle. The real magic happens when you can land that choice at the exact right moment. This is the world of synchronization. It's this invisible, super fast layer of performance that separates the good from the truly elite.
So what do we mean when we say synchronize? In the A.R.E.S system, it's this incredibly precise timing layer. Think of it as your brain's internal conductor, making sure your action, your swing, your kick, your throw, perfectly aligns with everything happening around you, like the speed of the ball and the position of your opponent. It's the ultimate calibration of you to your environment.
I love this quote because it just nails the difference. The execute part of the loop is you choosing the weapon, right? Deciding, okay, I'm going to swing the bat. But synchronize, that's what makes sure the bat actually connects with the ball, squarely. It's the difference between a plan and a home run. Now, this kind of precision timing, it's not some kind of voodoo or luck. It's a real biological skill that's hardwired into our brains. And the cool part is, because it's biological, it's trainable. So let's pop the hood and see what's going on in there.
First up, we've got the cerebellum. You can think of this as your brain's prediction engine. It's constantly running calculations, trying to predict exactly when something is going to happen. And here's the best part. It learns from mistakes. Every time you swing and miss, the cerebellum is taking notes, recalibrating, and adjusting its timing for the very next attempt.
Next, you have the basal ganglia. Now, if the cerebellum is the predictor, the basal ganglia is the trigger. It's the part of the brain that gives the final go signal. It's responsible for starting your movement at just the right instant, and it helps you maintain your own internal rhythm, your tempo, which is so critical for consistency.
Okay, so your brain also has to be a master integrator. Your parietal networks are constantly merging two vital streams of information: spatial, which is where is it, and temporal, which is when's it going to get here. To catch a fly ball, you have to know its path and its arrival time. This is where your brain puts those two pieces together.
And finally, let's not forget the vestibular system, way back in your inner ear. This is basically your body's built-in gyroscope. It keeps your head and your eyes stable even when you're sprinting across a field. Without it, trying to time anything would be like trying to film an action movie during an earthquake. It would just be a blurry mess.
So, it's crucial to get this. Synchronization isn't this standalone skill that just happens. It's the grand finale. It's the final expression of the entire A.R.E.S loop, and its success is completely dependent on how well the earlier steps were performed.
Think of it like a chain. If your eyes don't acquire a clear picture of the ball, what are you timing? It's just a guess. If that signal gets delayed on its route to the brain, your action will always be a step behind. If you execute the wrong swing for the pitch, well, perfect timing won't save you. So synchronize is really the ultimate quality check on the whole process. Garbage in, garbage out.
And this brings us to a huge mental shift you have to make. We tend to think about sports as these big, heroic, single moments, that one big play. But that's not really how it works. The reality? A single game is made up of thousands of these tiny, lightning-fast loops. It's a constant stream of acquiring info, routing it, executing a move, and synchronizing it over and over and over again. True peak performance isn't about one perfect play. It's about being able to sustain that synchronization under pressure.
So if timing is this critical biological skill, the next logical question is, can we actually measure it? Can we train it? And the answer is a resounding yes. We can take this skill out of the realm of just feel and bring it into the world of hard data.
We do this with something called the A.Q.S, the Ares Quotient for Synchronize. And it's not just one number. We're looking at a bunch of key things. How precise is your eye-hand timing? How good are you at anticipating what's going to happen? How consistent is your timing, what we call temporal variability? And how fluid is your overall movement coordination?
And here's the game changer. What you can measure, you can improve. You can get a baseline score for your synchronization skills, you can do targeted training, and you can actually see that number go up. It makes an invisible skill totally visible and something you can actively work on.
So really, the path to mastering that final millisecond, to closing that gap between a good decision and a great result, it all starts with one simple, powerful step: finding out where you are right now. It starts when you get your AQ baseline. Which brings us right back to where we started. That feeling of frustration, when you know you made the right call but didn't get the result, that's very likely a gap in your synchronization. Those are precious milliseconds of performance that you might be leaving on the table. The real question is, are you ready to go get them?